So, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. So, today's video, I will put this out. There is a huge trigger warning. So, if you are easily triggered or you do not like to hear certain things of a graphic nature, then this video perhaps may not be for you. And I cannot stress that enough. But what I will do is just shoot over to dog cam and see where the dog is. Where is he? Hey, Milo. Milo. Hello? that is dog cam. He's a bit more moving about than he was yesterday. But anyway, I digress. So that's dog cam. So look, some information regarding this case. And, you know, we spoke yesterday about the 911 call. And, you know, it's difficult. There's a lot of information that's out and about, and you can never be 100% sure whether the people, even if these are people who are genuinely around this case, what their intentions are, who they are. You know, sometimes some people are very hard to vet, impossible even, and all we can do is take them at their word. I still believe that the information received that we put in the video yesterday is true, 100%. But that is just my opinion, you know, and what is my opinion really worth? And that is the same for the information that I'm going to share with you today. This is, again, someone who is around this case. You'll find out what their connection is in a second. But the information that they have is both graphic, disturbing, and will open a few eyes. And people are going to be, I think there's going to be a mixture. There's going to be some people who, they want the information. They understand that, you know, it's information that's out there. And some people are not going to be very happy that the information has been shared. What I will say in my defense, before I go ahead, is that the information is already out there. So I'm not the first person. I'm not the only person. This information is in the public arena. And if you are truly invested in this case and you are looking at all the sources that provide the information, then the likelihood is you can find it yourself quite easily. Now, what I will also say is the people, or the one person in particular who we're going to speak about, you know, we're not saying that this person is guilty of anything, because they really couldn't. This is just someone's rendition, if you like, of what happened and what they're saying is going on. But we are not here saying that anybody is guilty of anything, and everybody is innocent until proven otherwise. So, without further ado, I'm going to go on to this now. And I will just read it to you. Like yesterday, the easiest thing to do is just simply read it to you word for word, because this is how the person has come across and what they've said themselves. So, hi everybody. I've been trying to withhold this information for some time. However, I am ready to share it. Relation to the case. In May, I graduated from U of I and quickly thereafter moved to NC. I have a relative who has been working as a coroner, not the one who spoke publicly, on the case. Additionally, and maybe even more importantly, some of my best friends who are upperclassmen this year were involved in making the 911 call. Why I'm sharing this info? I have been holding on to this info since the day the case broke. I was told by my friends and family not to share this info, but today I hit a breaking point. I haven't been able to pull myself away from this subreddit and have become increasingly frustrated with the amount of misinformation being spread around. Which, Do you know what I mean? If you're already heightened in terms of what is going on and your emotions surrounding it, and you can see people that you know being affected by it, you know, put yourself in that person's shoes. If you knew stuff and you saw stuff being put out on social media that you knew not to be true, could you really keep it in yourself? I genuinely don't think I could. So I can't 100% criticise anybody for doing this. And what I will say is, once again, is let's just remember this is somebody who you can only vet them to a certain degree. So we take all the information that we have with a grain of salt. What I know to be true, Jack D is suspect number 1 for law enforcement at this moment, and has been since day one. The fact that they cleared him is a common tactic used by law enforcement to throw off both the public and the suspect. Kaylee's family was likely instructed to vouch for him. So again, the person is kind of speculating at this stage. Law enforcement believes that Jack either committed the crime or hired someone to. So whether this is information that they're getting from their coroner relationship, I do not know. Some of this sounds a little bit speculative. Jack either committed the crime or hired someone to. Law enforcement is puzzled by the fact that Maddie's body was mutilated far worse. Most wounds, and the only one to be partially decapitated. Law enforcement is building a case to arrest Jack D, and they are trying to determine why he was so aggressive with Maddie and less so with Kaylee. Ethan was found laying in the doorway of Xana's room. He was the second to last one to be killed before the killer. Likely, but not certainly Jack, quickly killed Xana and ran away. Feel free to ask questions below. I'm willing to answer with what I know. And there you go. That is this person's rendition of the case, what happened, the actual attack itself. And as you heard, there's some graphic information in there. There's certainly some information in there that I haven't seen made public, so it would support the fact that they perhaps do have some insider info that could have indeed come from a coroner involved in the case. Beyond that, again, some of that I felt was a little bit speculative, and certainly, you know, we've all got our thoughts around Jack, but, you know, Jack is innocent until proven otherwise, and there's certainly a few people around this case who kind of make you raise your eyebrows, not just Jack. But some people will turn around and say, well, look, he is the most obvious person. But if that's the case, then why hasn't he been arrested already? Could it be, like this person says, that they are building a case, biding the time and putting stuff out there to try and trap him, perhaps? Who knows? You know, at the end of the day, this case will be brought down by science, more than likely. The DNA and the fingerprints and any mistake that was made on that fateful day. But there we have it. That's everything. That's all. And I'll catch you in the next one.